We're thinking about a new product. Since it's a new product, we're gonna hire a marketing research company to do a research for us to figure out what sort of sales we could have and at what prices we can sell them. We also want them to look at what would happen to our existing lower quality product if the new and improved product is launched. And this marketing research is going to cost us $100,000. In order to make the new product, you will use a piece of land the company already owns that was purchased 10 years ago for $10 million. But if you sold it in the market right now, you could get $20 million for it. It's going to cost you $30 million to build and equip the new factory. Of these, the building would cost $5 million, and it's subject to 20 years maker's depreciation. And equipment, which is going to cost $25, is subject to 7-year maker's depreciation. Project is a useful life of 5 years, which pretty much means in 5 years, I'm going to come up with a new version of the product. The first year you estimate that you could sell, let's make this $1.5 million at $15 a piece, and it's going to cost you $6 to produce. You estimate that you're going to lose about 700,000 units of sales from the existing product, which currently sells for $8 a piece, and it costs you $6 a piece to produce. You got, let me make this 500. Fixed annual cost of 500, independent of how much you produce. You need to have 10% of sales as inventory ahead of time every year, and 15% of sales as accounts receivable. Similarly, for the existing product, these ratios are 5 and 10%. Moreover, you expect sales of the new product to go up by 10% a year during the life of the project. Tax rate for the firm is 22%. And firm believes that the land would be worth $25 million in 5 years. You believe you can salvage the equipment for $10 million in 5 years, and building can be salvaged only for, let's make this $500,000. Okay. Now, the concept of cash flow we want is cash flow from assets, which is operating cash flow minus net capital spending minus change in net working capital. So we're gonna kind of build a spreadsheet to evaluate this project. First, this is my quick way of adding a black sheet. Let's call this inputs. And let's enter our thing. Marketing research. $100,000. I'll make that dollar format unless otherwise noted. Purchase cost of land, $10 million. 5 years from now, I can sell that 25,000, 25 million, I'm sorry. Building costs. For 20, equipment costs. Seven years. I'm thinking this, since this is a specialized building, you're gonna basically scrap it for material. Years. Negative 700,000. Basically need 25% of sales for the upcoming year as inventory and accounts receivable. For the old product, that was 15%. The tax rate is 22%. Sales growth rate for the new is 10%. I don't think there is anything I missed in terms of inputs. If there is something I missed, we can figure it out. Now, first things first, we already know that we're going to have to calculate some type of after-tax salvage value, right? Both for building and the equipment. And to calculate operating cash flow, we're gonna need the depreciation percentages anyway. So let's take the salvage value template. A, this is gonna give us the after-tax salvage value. And B, for each of the years, it's gonna tell us exactly how much depreciation there will be, right? So I'm gonna copy this I call this a template for a reason. If you have in a project more than one asset, more than one type of fixed assets with different tax lives, you're gonna have to calculate them separately. So let's copy this to the end. And let's call this salvage value building. Okay. Remember, the greens are inputs. So cost of plant, property, and equipment. Since I'm doing the building, it's building cost, 5 million. Tax life. Building tax life. We already know that it's makers, and salvage value is $500,000. The salvage year is the project life at the end of 5 years. That should be 5, but and the tax rate for the farm. Oh, I didn't enter the salvage value. I'm sorry. Right here.